Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to Dudes at Ringside Podcast. I am your host, internationally known. I'm your host, Joe the Panther Jr. And now, introducing the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Ringside crew? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dudes at Ringside Podcast. We're internationally known all over the world. We're known on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify. What's going on? So, Joe, you want to introduce our guest, or?
Sure, no problem. Okay, world. I just wanted to introduce our guest, this rising star right here from London, England. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome for Kiya.
Hi.
How's it going?
So, welcome
Thank
to
you.
the ringside area, Kiya. If our fans are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Kiya. This is George. He's
Hi,
my
George.
friend. Waves. I'm from England. I wrestle for predominantly Fight Factory Wrestling, and that's about it. That's me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Our biggest fan, Marauder, says, welcome. He welcomes you. He's one of our
Hi.
biggest fans. See, yeah, as we said before, we were on air, Kiya. Trust me, we have a lot of awesome fans, and they appreciate all types of wrestling. So, and there's my friend Michael Hito. Hey, Mike, welcome to the show. So Kiya, if I'll start the questions off today, Geek. If you had a chance to wrestle any of the divas, female wrestlers from like the Attitude Era, which female wrestler would you wrestle and why?
From the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Oh God. See, I feel like my go-to would be like either Trish Stratus or like Lita, because like they're the two of the main women that I was really like, whoa, you're really cool. So yeah, like just purely because they're people that I've really like watched. So I was like, yeah, that'd be cool one day. Maybe.
She was actually, as you said before, yeah, Lita is like my favorite. It's funny, me and Geek would argue in college about Lita and Trish. Like, he was a Trish person, I was Lita. And we would argue on a daily basis about Lita and Trish. Who was cooler, who had better gear, who had better music. And I'm like, Lita had the guitar. Come on. If you have a cool
Joe used to be so pissed off back then when Lita would lose. He would throw a fit back in college. He'd be like, screw this, I'm out of here. Like the Eric Cartman, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Storm out the room like a little blunt. Whatever. And I'd start. Yeah. Your question, Geeker. Go ask Kiya a question.
You're second generation wrestler, correct?
Yeah.
Your father's a wrestler too, right? You want to introduce tell us about your father too?
My dad. He wrestles under the name Dutch. He's kind of cool, I guess. I'm better, obviously, but he's kind of cool. He's been wrestling like 21 years, something stupid like that. Like he's old now, but yeah, he's really cool. Like not much else I can say really. Like he's just a great guy.
I hope you say that about your dad. You don't want your dad like, you were talking bad around me.
I couldn't talk bad about my dad.
Well, just remember, Kiya, you'll be back. We'll be back later in the year. You'll be back on the Dudes at Ringside podcast, fans. She will be back on the schedule, so you will be able to possibly meet her dad, fans. So that's even cooler. You thought
That's
it was
him.
gonna be George.
Oh no, your dad just said that she calling me old.
My dad's nearly 40. Like he needs to
Yeah, well, just think about it like this: me and your dad are almost in the same age gap, so.
And Mike Aldo was saying that does sound like Joe, that he would storm out of the room.
Yep, that's me. That's my
Yeah.
that's my best friend from elementary school. That I actually, you're gonna think this is cool, Kaya. With the pandemic, I was trying to look up old friends, and his name popped in my head, and I looked him up on Facebook.
40's not old. Don't name shame him. Come on, Joe. All right.
Yeah. And I found him again, and me and Mike haven't seen each other. We didn't see each other for 20 something years, and we found each other through the pandemic.
That's actually quite pretty cool. I can't speak.
Well, it's okay. Geek. Next question.
Who are you? Some of your favorite influences?
Like as basic as it sounds, like the main person that like kind of was like, yeah, go wrestle. Like you should go wrestle. It's like my dad. Like he really was a really big thing for me because like obviously I was always around him, like watching him wrestle, and like that really was like, you know what, maybe I want to do this. But then aside from him, Paige is someone I really looked up to as well. Like just Paige, Trish, Lita, and then AJ Lee as well. Like that group of people.
It's froze.
Oh, she's strangling me. Lita is the bomb. You're right. Uh-oh. Okay.
All right, come on, comment him. He's doing the Asuka dance. All right, he's doing the Asuka dance. Do we bring her back? Let's see if we could.
Uh-oh, we lost our guest. You back? Okay. Oh no. Oh no. You there, Kaya? Mike, I'm trying to ad lib. We got dead air. Don't need dead air.
LRB says you're looking good, Joe.
Trying to ad lib. We don't want to lose. You back? Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Now, what were you saying?
I was talking about your influences.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like, and then because obviously I wasn't always like watching like the
there he is.
wrestlers, like because like I was obviously like around my dad and like the different places he'd work and the different people he'd be on shows with. There's I can't speak. There's a wrestler called Laurie, her name is, and I remember one of the first times I saw her wrestle, and because like whenever I'd watch the women's wrestling, and it was always like, oh, like proper like putting forward like, yeah, these are females rather than these are wrestlers. And I remember watching her for the first time, and I was like, this is a scary lady. like I was like, you know what, like I want to be more this kind of female wrestler than the female wrestlers I'm seeing on TV, like she really was like a big whoa to me. I guess it's a way I'd put it.
That's awesome. So
And Riley says hi, by the way, to us.
hey, that's Riley Measures. That's the one we were talking about, Kiya.
He's coming on our show
Hi.
later.
Later. I like this. I said this to Geek when we were doing our schedule and we kept getting people. I'm so happy that we get a few wrestlers here and there. We right now have 7 with you coming on the show, Kiya. We have 7 people coming on our show from the United Kingdom. 7. That's beautiful. That makes my heart feel so warm that we are loved over in the we have wrestlers that are willing to come talk to us about their life and this stuff they do in the ring. And they're more than half of them are not even known here. Like you. It's the first time near American fans are be able to see you. And
Wow.
so my next question is
we have more comments, Joe. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I was gonna ask a question, but I'll let the question
we got we know your dad
There we
said
go.
I know she has looked up to Paige's mom, Sarah. I can't pronounce it.
Saraya.
Knight, Tainara, Victoria, Eliza Rocks, and Lori. So, and
I gotta look those names up tonight. Not Paige's mom, the other ones.
And
my question is, when you're out in public, like at the supermarket with your dad or with your stepmom, are you ever recognized and people are like, oh my god, it's Kiya?
I think the one time where like I've been there and like we've been like, oh, it's you guys, is when we was like out and like trying to help advertise one of the shows. There was just like people coming up and I was like, oh, I try to avoid it. Like I don't get recognized, thankfully. But I don't like people coming up and talking to me at all.
Mm.
So
It happens, like when you do a certain thing, like you do, being a professional wrestler, it's hard not to be recognized. I know that, but like some people don't like it. I was a greeter for 9 years, and I'd be out with my parents eating a burger, and then they'd be like, "Oh my god, you're the greeter!" I'm just like, "Hi, I'm eating a burger." But that's 2 different pages. But still. Oh, yeah, we have a question from the audience. Do you have any pets? We are pet friendly.
Any pets?
Do you have any pets?
I have George.
Yeah, pet.
George is more of a friend. I don't have any pets. Yeah. There's like at my dad's house. There's like the dogs and the dogs. But yeah, like here, I just have George.
George.
That's all I need.
Yeah, George.
But what's it called? What was your first match like in front of a live crowd, and what was your reaction towards it?
Oh, okay. So, my first ever like experience in front of a crowd was a dark match, so like a pre-show match, and it was with Eliza Rue, and I can't remember how old I was, but I was young, and I think it was more of I think I got back and I was just like, okay, cool, that's done. Like I didn't, I think I took it a bit for granted, but then like my first proper match in front of a crowd, I remember it was in front of like all my friends, and then a load of my family was there as well watching, and some of my teachers were there as well, because it was like at my school, like in the sports hall, and I remember like I was really nervous because it was against Delori, who is obviously like someone that I've always like really looked up to, and I think like after the match I cried, like I full on was like in tears because it was just like such a big moment for me, and it was kind of more of like a yeah I've like done it, like
Mhm.
it went loads better than like in my head I was like yeah this is going to go really wrong, like I'm going to do something really bad and like everyone's going to hate me, but like it was okay to be fair. But yeah, I cried a lot.
Yeah, I remember I went on your Instagram and I was watching the video you have when they introduced you with your stepmom. I was like, wow, that's amazing. You had your stepmom do your introduction for you, like it's your first time. I was like, I don't know, I don't know how I would feel. Like your music hits and then you're sitting there on the set. You're like, yeah, like you're ready to go. I don't know. I think I would cry. I don't
Yeah.
know. I would just be like, I'm good in front of crowds, but I'd be like, all these people are cheering for me. Like, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. What?
it was really
Oh,
like
oh, Joe, we're missing some. Hold on. What was your parents' reaction when you told them you wanted to wrestle?
I mean my dad was kind of like go for it, like cool, like you if you want to do it you go do it, like because he runs the school that I trained at, so like he's always been like just go for it, like but like if you're going to join in you're going to join in properly, like you're not going to just like oh mess about, like so he's always been like sure cool go for it. But then my mum, she was like at first she was really like is it really
Hmm.
something you want to do? But then I had my first show and then she was like that kind of like tipped her like okay, like if it's really something you want to do it, like she's still supportive of it, like she doesn't necessarily like wrestling but she likes me when I do it, so that's all that matters really.
Yeah,
She's just she's happy for me
that's
to do it,
that's
like
awesome.
as long as I'm happy she's happy.
Yeah, it's good that she's supportive of you, of your like your dream. But there's a question in the crowd. What is your what's your walkout song? I guess. What is your entrance? I guess that's what it meant.
Oh, oh, my entrance, it's Just a Girl by No Doubt. It's a good song.
And actually, I actually got super pumped as I said to you before the show. I was like, God, Geek's gonna freak out when he sees that because Geek and I also we love No Doubt. He saw her live in Long Island at Jones Beach, and she did this thing that she was gonna jump off the top of the scaffold, and I was like,
She's like, "Oh shit! If I fall," I'm like, I'm like, "Gee, you know." But
oh wait, here we
how
go.
old, there's
Kane
a
or
question. How old were you when you started wrestling?
Oh God. So I've kind of like grown up around it, and like I I couldn't put an exact pinpoint on like when I started, if that makes sense, because obviously like dad runs the school, dad teaches it. It's always something where I've just been like around it, picking stuff up. But then like I think I started taking it like seriously, like not like seriously because like you can't take it seriously, but like I started being like, yeah, I want to do this. Like about when I was like 13, 14, that's when it really clicked for me. Like, yeah, go for it. So I, it's really difficult to like because like obviously it's just something I've grown up around. So it's just always been something there. Not necessarily like a oh I started when I was this old. Like I've just been there. It's been there. It's part of my life.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, wrestling's not for everybody, you know. Like, some people they take to it. Yeah, and Mike, if my friend Mike asked if what would I think if he became a wrestler, hey, become a wrestler, you can come on the show and be like Kylie and becoming my guest. Yeah. So, this is a random question, Joe? Random question. What is your favorite food?
Um, either spaghetti bolognese, but like corn spaghetti bolognese because I'm a vegetarian,
Oh, that's
or
cool.
corn fajitas. Like they are my two favorite things of all time. Like I could probably live off that. I I I, I couldn't live off that. That'd be really unhealthy. But
That's cool.
I'd happily eat that for the rest of my life.
That's cool.
What's your all-time favorite match?
Yeah. Pardon?
Your all-time favorite match?
Oh, I don't. There's like matches that I'm kind of
Questions.
like, oh, that's a decent one, but like I don't necessarily like have a favorite, if that makes sense. Like I like different matches for different things, but like if I had to like pinpoint like one match, like yeah, that is a great one. Like not even because it's like the best match ever, but it was the Paige versus AJ Lee match. Like when oh god, what had happened? Like it was like after WrestleMania, I think, and Paige came out to congratulate AJ on keeping her title or something like that. And I think the match after that happened because of that. That was really like one of the that is one of my go-to like thinking of matches. That when I think of wrestling, that is one of my yes, that's a good match.
Yeah, I remember
that's
that.
a match that I like to watch even.
I totally remember that. I remember watching it going, what is this girl doing? She's not even like people knew she was on NXT, and then she beats AJ Lee, and I was like, did the NXT hopeful just win the title?
You won both belts at the same time.
Yeah.
Both belts, the NXT Women's title, and she won the Raw Women's title, and she was double champion. And eventually, she had to relinquish the NXT belt because she was on the main roster. That was cool, though.
Okay, WWE fan, please stop.
All right. So the Xbox Moments wants to show George again, I guess.
This is George.
George is getting popular in America now.
George is going to become a T-shirt pretty soon, I guess, right?
Oh God, George deserves his own thing. Honestly,
You're gonna probably get George chance at the show when you start wrestling. So
here we go. If you could tell yourself like I'm trying to think. Okay, forget that one. What is your favorite television show?
I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I don't watch much like TV kind of stuff. Like I watch a lot of like films and stuff.
Film? Okay. Oh.
George is super cute. And everyone's right. Everyone is writing George is super over.
Should I just go and like leave George now? Like,
oh no mistake.
Bye guys. I'm kidding. I'll stay.
No. You said you watch a lot of films. Like, what is your favorite movie? to watch?
My favorite movie. Dad, sure. Um, oh God. Probably Girl Interrupted. There we go. That is a good film.
Yeah, there you go.
That is a really good film.
Okay.
That like, I've watched that film too many times to be fair. Like, but yeah, that is probably my favorite.
There you go. Geek. Next question, bro.
My next question. Someone in the comments asked you if you had a favorite finisher.
I, I don't know really. I don't off the top of my head. I don't think I do. Like, there's probably like, if like I go watch a few matches, there's probably somewhere like that is a good move. But like off the top of my head, like I don't really have a fit. I just like it's less of like the actual finishes that I like. It's more of like, that actual like matchy part of the match. That's a really bad way of wording it. But I like the actual matchy bit. Like the finish is cool and whatever, but I don't really have a favorite. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Here
we go. What is Lance? You got the next question. I've been asking too many questions.
Because I've been asking. If you could tell kids that look up to you that want to be a wrestler, what would you tell them? They look up to you. They want to be a wrestler as well.
Probably one of the first things I'd say is like, if you want to do it, you've got to be sure like you want to do it, because at the end of the day, it's a lot. It's a lot to take on sometimes, and like quite a bit of the time, it's quite rough for you, like mentally and physically, because like you'll come back and like you're aching all over time. But like if you want to do it, like just go for it. Like if you don't go for it, you're gonna regret it. Like even if it's just like you turn up for like one seminar with someone, like just go for it. Like if you want to do it, go. You have to be sure you want to do it. Go for it. Like, yeah, that's pretty. Like, yeah.
So, what is it like being like a wrestler that you're still in school? Like you're in holiday now, but what is it like being in school, having to do all this work, and you have to go to training, like at the same time? What is it like? Is it like hard?
See, at times when I was in secondary school and going for my GCSEs, there was points then where I'd be really stressed with like revising for my exams and stuff. But wrestling was kind of like a getaway moment, if that makes sense.
Mm.
It was kind of like a little escape for me sometimes. Like, but then there's one point, there's like one story that my dad likes to tell people, and it's like, oh, well, I'll do it in my dad's voice as well. Oh, one time we was backstage at a show and Kiya was revising for her exams. Like it, like I don't know, like it's not as like stressful as like some people may think it is, but at the same time, like it was more of a escape away from all the stress of school and stuff, and just take a minute, relax, get yourself away from that mindset, just refresh yourself, kind of, for me.
Mm. Well, we have a question from the audience.
Extra stress.
All right. Does it require this one? Does it require a lot of working out or in the gym to prepare for a match? Because that's a good one.
It is a good one.
Yeah, it does. You need to be like physically fit enough. Like, you can't go in there and expect to be able to have a good match whilst you can't even like go like 30 seconds of like, I don't know, basic cardio, I guess is the way of putting it. Like, you need to be able to like make sure like not only that you're like fit enough to like not what's the word, like blow up, I guess, and like be completely tired, but you also need to like make sure you're strong enough and like flexible enough, I guess, in a sense, and like fit enough to be able to do all your things and like work with people. But yeah, it takes a fair bit more. It takes more than I probably do. Like, I probably should up my game a bit, but yeah, it does take quite a bit.
Yeah, like it must be like, as I said, with the schooling and the training. You said you could do it. Like, I don't know. I'd be like, "Ugh, homework, and then I have to go to training afterward. My next question is like, what is your go-to midnight snack? If you would say one, if you had to say one midnight snack, what would it be? Like your favorite one to go to?
Did you freeze?
Kaya? No, like a snack. Like if she like had to like get to a snack, like a midnight snack. Yes. Like a snack. You know, like food, like candy. Uh-oh. No, like I was asking like candy, like something like that, like a snack that you could eat. Like that.
Joe, do the dance again. Come on. You gotta do the dance again, all right? Keep everybody entertained until she comes back. The Oscar dance.
Like, you know, snacks, like candy.
I feel so bad for the people on Spotify right now. They can't see this.
Yeah, they can't see this, but they know we're here. So Lance, Geeker, can you review before the customer, like our guest comes back? Talk about
Double or Nothing. Actually, last night was really good. To be honest with you, absolutely amazing show. I'm really surprised to see an incredible show with fans again. I mean, not for nothing, WrestleMania was awesome watching it live, but to hear the crowd last night on TV, it was incredible. I couldn't only imagine what it was like in person. But
like Marauder was there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Marauder? What did you think?
What did you think? Yeah, what did you think? It was awesome, right? And what's a WWE fan? It's like, who eats candy at midtime?
Like this, you know, people eat like popcorn, chips. Like that's what I was asking.
And Riley loves when you dance, by the way. So
I guess we'll be dancing together when you come on, right?
Joe, they want you to do the floss now. I don't know if Joe could do that, but it's all right. You know?
I know I can't. I'm too young for that.
You're too old, Joe, right? Yeah. But whatever.
Did we lose our guest? I'm sorry. We had.
But quick question: who would win, Joe versus Metal Geek?
That happened so many times in college on the 2K games.
It's happened so many times. So
it happened so many times. Like I've won, he's won.
It's like John Cena facing Randy Orton. You'd seen it already so many times.
Like we had one time when Geek and I were in college that we're
talking about 2K.
Yeah, 2K. It was the original game, like SmackDown versus whatever, and like we were supposed to go eat dinner, and we had to like forcibly end the match and go eat dinner. It was sad. Like, hope Kaya's okay. Hope everything's okay. We didn't scare her away.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's technical difficulties right now.
Hope she's okay.
Oh, ice cream. He's saying ice cream.
Yeah. I was trying to get the ice cream thing. Yeah.
But
Kicked off. Something like, I don't know what's happening. Can't lie. The internet is now not working. Oh no. That's what she just told me.
yeah.
Hope you can come back in, Kaya. Do you want to
No,
give it a...
we could continue to talk about Double or Nothing till
Yeah, you can talk about Double or Nothing, dude. Review.
So you guys, if you guys were watching Double or Nothing, the pay-per-view, what did you guys think last night? Did you guys watch it? What did you guys think in the comments right now? Because I thought the show was absolutely amazing to hear a crowd again, and just incredible to go from nothing to actually. How do I feel about Matt Hardy? That was a great feeling. I could only imagine when Jungle Boy won the Battle Royal. That was probably the biggest moment of the night, actually. So I don't know how you felt, Marauder. You know about the. I thought it was a really good pay-per-view. It was a cool atmosphere. It definitely was. So
we really hope that Kaya's internet comes back, because we enjoy having her on the show. And to tell Kaya's dad, when she comes back, you can come sit next to her and be with her on the show. It would be even cooler to have her father with her too, if he wants to pop on with her.
But yeah, the Jungle Boy was so good. The crowd was hype. I wanted Jungle Boy to win. So when it was Christian and Jungle Boy, I really wanted Jungle Boy to win. I'm so happy he won. So because it's time to give somebody different a chance. You know what I mean? Christian had his chance already. Jungle Boy, he's the future right there. Joe, what's your favorite model car?
Model car? Well,
yeah,
I would have to see the type of car. It would be like the type of car that the actor won. I can't think of the name, what style it is, but that kind of car. That would be like.
He lives an hour away from her, unfortunately.
Oh, bummer. I could send you the code if you want to come in now and take her spot, because the internet's not working. You can come in if you want to. That'd be cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like.
But by the way, I also want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show tonight.
Thank you very much, people.
Because I know it's Memorial Day. Everybody's has stuff to do today, so I want to appreciate everybody for coming out tonight, taking the time out. I know, and for people that are in the UK, thank you so much. I know it's very, very late over there.
Staying up late to hang out with us.
Mm-hmm.
These rando wrestling fans. Yeah, Mark Henry did debut. That was all over Instagram. I was like,
yeah, it was, and that was huge when Sting did the code red. I marked out for that. I thought that was incredible. Sting looked really, really good. I was a little worried about him going into the match though.
Because he's how old now?
Yeah. Joe, what's your favorite color of the alphabet?
Color in the alphabet?
What? Right?
WWE fan, dude. Your questions are not cool.
They're not making sense.
Funny. You're not making any sense, man. 61, yeah. Yep. Got that right, Marauder.
61, definitely. Sting did kill it. So, but I mean, I thought it was a great show.
Do you want to?
Just getting on a charge. I'll hook up the link. So. Oh, he might come on. So.
Oh, cool! I sent the link. I didn't think he would come. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sorry about Kaya.
Yeah.
Well,
there's no colors in the alphabet.
unless you're on some kind of substance. Let's not talk about that. Let's keep talking about wrestling.
Yeah, so yeah, Double or Nothing was a great pay-per-view last night. One of the surprises were there. I mean, the title match was very disappointing. Brian Cage versus Adam Page, absolutely amazing match. The tag title match, the Bucks, great as usual. Moxley coming out to Wild Thing with Eddie Kingston, absolutely great. The guy next to me was dressed like Orange Cassidy. That's great, Marauder.
That dude, but Marauder, that's inappropriate.
How over was how over was Orange Cassidy, by the way, Marauder? The Rambo spot. Oh, Dutch is on. So
Hey,
what's going on, dude? How's it going?
what you got, Dutch?
What's going on?
Yeah, nothing much. It's quite late here, so I'm just turning my camera around.
There we go.
So I've got in from the gym. I've just eaten, and my wife's just left me to go to bed. So
thanks for coming on the show, by the way.
no worries.
Yeah. But
sorry to get you so late, sir.
It's fine.
I think she had internet issues though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of normal here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, your daughter, you talked about her career. So, we always do this with the guests. So you're kind of like the new guest right now. Tell if the American fans don't know about you, please explain who you are and where you're from.
Well, I live in Lincoln, England. It's kind of in the middle. I first went to a wrestling session 21 years ago, but only really took it seriously and went full time 2012, 2013, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's not really looked back since.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start wrestling?
Well, my first time in a ring was 2000, maybe July, August.
Mm-hmm.
So a long time ago.
Yeah. So, like, who are some of your inspirations, by the way, growing up?
This one changes all the time. So on the British scene, there was Marty Jones, Chick Cullen, Klondike Kate, Davey Boy Smith. There was so many great British wrestlers who I managed to look up to. And then when I started to watch the WWE, you started to see all the big, larger than life characters, which really took my imagination to another place. So, looking back, they weren't always the best wrestlers, but always the face painted guys. So the Legion of Doom, who were fantastic, still really stand out to me. Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, all the big, larger than life characters, really.
Mm-hmm. So, how old were you when you first knew you were like, I want to become a wrestler? Like, I can do this.
Oh wow, I was really young when I first saw it, and I think what made me really want to push for it was being told that I was too small. So early teens.
Okay.
Do you have any stories from the road, or?
It's a PG show, right?
Oh no.
No, you can tell whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot, There's quite a funny story involving. I don't want to name names, but he's in NWA right now, and we went to a show here in England that wasn't the best produced show, shall we say. And the road trip home was possibly the best road trip story of rage and anger, but for everybody else involved, we all found it hilariously funny because we knew what to expect at this show. But again, I can't go into too much detail because I don't want to get anybody into trouble. But there's a lot of, I think my earphones died there. Yeah, there's a lot of stories that can be told, but without permissions of people, I want to be careful.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
fine. That's fine, dude. But I'm
completely.
saying if you had any stories, you could tell them. But if not, it's cool too.
Yeah. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have 2 big dogs and 2 cats, and then 4 children.
We're as we would like to say, dudes at ringside. We're pet friendly.
As the mod says, we got floofs at ringside.
We have so many pets that interrupt our show. We had one show we were talking about Ring of Honor, and I was talking about Bobby the Brain Heenan, and the girl's cat came out and like headbutted her camera.
That could happen with my cats at any moment.
That was hilarious. It's like the best. We had actually that moment ended up on our Instagram page, and it went that long, like a long video. I was like, but yeah. What else? What was your favorite match you've been in?
Oh wow. There's a few. So Roy Knight was a favorite of mine. Just it stands out because the ring ropes were really, really slack. So we had to change anything that was remotely planned and work completely on the fly. Roy is Paige's brother. So that one stands out because it made us really think on our feet. But then I've had a few with a few of the guys from the training school, because to me, the reward watching them have their matches and getting through a match when they've worried about it has been a real big payoff. So
if you could tell a little kid that looks up to you that they want to become a wrestler, what would you tell them?
Get knee pads. I see a lot of these young ones. That sounds so old. Oh my God, she's right. I see a lot of these younger ones not wearing the knee pads, and it translates from TV all the way down independently. And your knees only have so much life. Protect yourself at all costs.
Yeah, we had Stevie Ray from Harlem. I asked that question, and he's like, find a better job. I was like, you think he would say, yeah, like follow your dreams, kid? No, man. He was like, no, find a good job. Somebody else said that too. I was like, as I told your daughter, we've been getting all these guests. Like we got your daughter. We now, like, your daughter is like the second of 7 wrestlers from the United Kingdom coming on our show.
That's cool.
I find that so much of an honor that wrestlers from the United Kingdom want to talk to us. Like these two American boys that they never heard of in their entire life, and you guys said yes to us. I was like, this is so cool.
Yes, for Kiya, it's kind of a big thing as well. She gets real nervous about talking. So, yeah, it's very good that she was willing to do one a podcast.
And I'm happy. Geek and I are like so honored to have her. And you could also talk about your school that you can talk about it. We love that stuff.
Well, we've only just reopened after COVID completely shut us down. We've been open since 2013, I think. And it all started by mistake, really. It wasn't anything that I particularly wanted to do. I just kind of got thrown into it. But we've made the best of it. So everything is done above and beyond the legal expectations that we have here. So we have safeguarding in place for the younger ones when we do the juniors. We teach the element of self-defense as well as storytelling to them. And then we have everything from the guys who want to have it as a hobby all the way through to those who want to potentially make a career out of it. We have just moved into a new gym where we have a ring set up all the time and a full kitted out gym so they can train as well. And we're we pride ourselves on being open to anybody. So there's no disability that we wouldn't work with, because I believe that there potentially is a place in the business for everybody. So it's an all-inclusive place.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Have you ever done a hardcore match?
Yeah, I've done a few. There's a few clips on my Instagram where it's gone wrong too.
Yeah, like there's a few guests that I've seen that I look at all the clips. Do you just fight men or do you fight women too? Because I've seen the girls, they pug with the guys.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that there should be no inequality in pro wrestling. So your sexuality, your gender, your race, nothing should come into play. We're all there doing the same job, telling stories. So it's how you tell the story that matters, not what gender you are.
Yeah, I believe that too. Actually, we're actually going to have a guest on our show that's transgender, and I find that completely awesome. I can't wait to hear her stories. I'll have to send you the date later on Instagram so you could be able to come and check that episode out.
Yeah.
Someone's asking how much to join classes.
So we at the minute are having to do a booking system. So it's kind of a 1-to-1, 2-to-1 system, because we're not allowed big groups at the moment. We're having to work closely with the local authorities in how we operate. And for the first session is just £10 for the 1-to-1, 2-to-1 sessions, which is our normal group prices when we're allowed groups. And then if it's like private tuition, then the price increases ever so slightly, but it costs us to get down to the unit, so we have to factor that in as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you enjoy a favorite? Do you have any favorite music you enjoy, or I know it's not wrestling related, but
so I have a real eclectic mix of music that I like. So it goes from everything from Slipknot to the Beatles to hip hop to there's a little bit of just a lot of everything.
Basically, like it's like you have a mixtape. Basically, oh, this I want to listen to this today. I want to listen to like a little Slipknot. No, wait, I'm gonna put a little Jay-Z on today.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that, right?
If I'm driving, it's different to if I'm in the gym. If I'm just at home trying to blank out the kids screaming, then something different again.
Mm-hmm. If you could have a dream match with anybody from the past, who would it be and what kind of match would it be?
Oh, again, this one changes every time. Right now, it would be between Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart.
Ooh. Yeah. But what kind of match would it be? Like a normal match, no holds barred, it's an ultimate submission?
Oh, I'd like to say I'd love to do an Iron Man. But I've done 40-minute matches before, and the extra 20, I think, could kill me.
Your daughter's trying to get back in, and she's like, "What's happening? It's not loading." And I sent her the link again. Oh no! Aw.
I feel bad now. You know.
I feel bad as well.
So if it's because I'm on, I'm happy to jump off so she can get back on.
No. It's like we can have 10 people on the chat, but we've never had 10 people before. But you know, we could if we wanted to. If everyone in the chat just wanted the code, we could have all 10 people in the chat room right now.
Yeah,
but we're not going to do that. So
my first ever match that I really got a chance to see as a little boy that I really knew that I loved wrestling was the match you just said. My first match ever was SummerSlam 91, Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart. Oh, that made me hooked to wrestling, just the way that Bret Hart moved with Mr. Perfect. And then I find out as an adult, Mr. Perfect was hurt in that match.
Yeah, they were magicians. That's the only way I can describe them.
And originally Perfect was supposed to win that match. but Perfect hurt him. I think Kurt Hennig hurt his back or something like that at a house show, and WWE found out about that because Kurt was trying to hide it.
That was the thing then.
Yeah, they found out about that and they changed the thing. But if they didn't give that belt to Brett, I think that would have changed the course of wrestling history for Brett's career.
Yeah.
He would have never won a title if he didn't beat Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam that year.
Well, he would have always been one of their go-to guys for getting people over. So I don't think it would have detrimented him massively. I think there would have always been a way for him to get to the world title.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, you next.
I know it's tag team week right now with WWE. Who are some of your favorite tag teams, by the way?
The Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Brett and Owen when they worked together, and then their fallout. Normally, that's one of my go-to favorite matches from WrestleMania 10. The Legion of Doom, I have them tattooed on my leg.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to love watching them. Again, that big over-the-top character, the big shoulders, and yeah.
That was my other match, that the tag team match from that same pay-per-view where the Nasty Boys faced the Legion of Doom. And even though I have the tape and I have the DVD, I watch the DVD whenever I get a chance to. Watching the Legion of Doom beat the Nasty Boys now, I'm like, oh man, that match was crazy. It had everything. They were losing. Then the Nasty Boys almost cheated using the helmet. And they won the belts. I was like, oh my God. Wrestling was so much better. Like the Golden Era was so much cooler than all this stuff now. Do you actually watch any Raws or SmackDowns now?
I try and keep up a little, but I think maybe my attention span isn't as good as it used to be. I also find it hard without the audience. Full respect to the guys for performing without an audience, but to me, we're performing for that live audience and we're reacting to them, and I find it kind of disconnected a little bit.
I can't even pay attention to Raw and SmackDown to what's going on, and they try to recap it on the pay-per-views, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's just so hard. It's just so hard without an audience to get that reaction. I actually watched. Did you watch Double or Nothing last night or no?
No, I didn't know.
Because to hear that crowd last night was actually unbelievable. I'm like, wow, this is what a crowd sounds like now.
I did see a little video clip, and it did pique my interest, just to hear a reaction again.
Mm-hmm. That was unbelievable. But like I said, my favorite tag team matches growing up were probably TLC 2.
Yes,
from WrestleMania 17, probably my all-time favorite tag team match.
Yeah, that was balls to the wall, so to speak.
That was that spear from the top of the ladder, probably one of the all-time favorite spots.
Yeah,
that was a big pop.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch ECW?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Who was your favorite ECW superstar?
I used to really like Taz, Sabu, and Rob Van Dam. Even when he went to WWE, and I believe they didn't use him properly, he was still someone that could always capture your imagination.
Interesting. You next, Geek.
I'm next.
Yes.
See.
Come
on. What's your favorite food?
On my cheat days, it's everything and anything. So Reese's cereal, pizza, anything I can get my hands on.
Mm-hmm.
I do like a good rib restaurant as well.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever come to New York, we know plenty of good pizza places.
It is a dream to get to New York.
Well, one day if you ever get to New York, tell Geek and I on Instagram, and if I'm in New York, we could all meet up for pizza.
It's just so hard to find a good pizza place in New York because they're all good.
Right.
We'll just bring
we're known for the pizza places, so it's like, which pizza place do we start with? Okay, we'll start with this one. We'll go to this one, and then we'll go to this one. So it's like, because you can't just recommend one good pizza place in New York because they're all good.
I guess it's the equivalent. Like in England, we have the bar crawls. You have the pizza crawls.
Yeah, the pizza crawls in New York. It's like, okay, we'll go to Rose's. We'll go to Little Vincent's. There's a whole bunch of different pizza places down in New York.
Well, it's quite a good one. There's one in Brooklyn. There's some pizza places in Brooklyn, New York. There's like ones that you could look up. There's like popular ones you can like watch in the Travel Channel and stuff like that. Those are the ones they really bring up a lot.
I don't know if we're doing Dudes at Pizza podcast. I hope so.
That's like a joke Geek always talks about. We're gonna do pizza podcast.
We're gonna do Dudes at Pizza podcast.
A bunch of wrestlers all meet us in the city at the same time. This guy from the States, his name is Tamaku. It's a big, jacked up like wrestler. He's got a mask on. He wants to come to New York and have pizza with us. Like Kiara wants to eat pizza with us. She's from CPW, United Kingdom. Have you ever heard of CPW?
Coventry Pro Wrestling, is it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
She's podcast. She was really cool. She was super, super sweet, super like mellow. I was like, this.
Oh, she's back. So
cool. She's back.
Yeah.
Now we have both the family members.
I guess August came early, I guess, right?
Oh, in August we'll have you together. If you guys have the show, we could have you guys sitting next to each other instead of like separate screens.
Yeah, we can try and sort that out.
Yeah.
And Tiggs is like, put Kiara back on. He wants to talk to George.
Like, I asked your daughter, I was like, with being like in a wrestling family, like it must be so cool to say like with I had a grandfather who was a wrestler. My always with my how like it must be like so cool to like say, oh, my family, we own a wrestling school. To like tell people that sounds to me that sounds so cool.
I don't know, like it might be different from how Kiya sees it. For me, it's kind of normal, and I think it gives a false impression. People always think it's a real glamorous life, and you have to remind them of the long hours in the car and the late nights and the early mornings and the training and the eating and all the stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah.
We got the George gang right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your next T-shirt, Kiya.
Yeah.
George.
Is George on a T-shirt? Because that's a marketing thing right there.
Hey, go! Your next T-shirt could be the George gang.
The George gang.
I think he'd like that. To be fair.
Yeah.
That
What kind of?
he said yeah.
What color shirt would it? I think be a black T-shirt with like George like wear the hat sideways with the horn going through the little thing. Have George like that. This is a George gang. And have you next to him like this.
I'll get the graphic designer on that.
There you go. Oh gosh, I'd wear that T-shirt. If you do it, please let us know. That's what has to say on the front of the shirt. The
George gang, right? That could be a stable right there too.
Going like the two signs, and then George on the other side going like.
That could be like a stable right there. You could have like a couple people in there. The George gang. And
George is like the have George like the
mascot, right?
The mascot of the team. George is a foreign object. But what is in that horn? Oh my god! If you ever turn heel, Kiya, that could be your foreign object.
I'm too nice to be here. I think George is too nice. Mate. Yeah.
That's what they said about Bailey too.
What happened to Bailey? Bailey was this bubblegum like happy rainbows and butterflies, and she turned into this angry ding dong hello person. Ding dong.
She needs a few more years of bitterness to get underneath her first.
You can just drop she'll just drop the unicorn. Say, I'm done with the unicorn. That's it.
Sorry, good.
No more unicorns. That's it.
She's the John Cena. She's the happy. Everybody do the happy stuff. Nah, I don't say that because John Cena, he gets booze. I seen your stuff. You don't get booed. You have the cheers. But yeah. Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm trying to think what else to ask. Keith,
Do you have a favorite movie or
Which one?
oh, I think he's talking to you.
Kiya?
I think you told her. You told her if you're not.
My favorite movie,
Yeah.
Girl Interrupted.
You're interrupted.
How about you, Doug?
Yeah.
What about you, Dutch?
Oh wow. I like. Oh, here we go again. I like old movies.
Yeah.
I kind of really have a soft spot for Titanic.
I'm old man. I like old movies.
This is kind of cool, Dutch. Me and my buddy got tickets for his birthday, and we went to New York City, and we went to the Titanic exhibit. And I'm like the type of person that if I feel something, I know something's there. And it was the real exhibit. They had like the old suitcases, and it made you feel like you're on the boat.
Yeah.
I was getting freaked out because they had those old dolls with the glass faces, and they were just freaking me out the whole time. I was like, gotta go, keep walking. I did it was creepy because toward the end, when the boat gets hit, you could feel the ice, and I was like, ooh, nah, I'm good. I had to run out of the exhibit because it was freaking me out. Like just the feeling because everything was cold and it was like some of the stuff they got from the boat, like under the water. I was just like, oh, and this stuff's poured all over the world. I was like,
Yeah. Pretty crazy that.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever made either of you guys in the WWE games?
There was somebody who used to make us every year on his console and release them to be downloaded. I believe one of the guys from the training school has recently made the entire roster and the ring and the arena. But I'm not great with video games. I don't know how to download them.
Now later on, I'm gonna have to look for if they. I only played 2K19 because 2K20 was bad. So I'm gonna look for both of you on the game now. So I'm gonna put you in my roster.
Someone wrote Dutch is the type of guy to watch the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
I have never seen it.
Really?
Never seen
Yeah.
it.
Have you ever seen Ghostbusters?
Oh yes, I love that film.
Cool. Pound it out, man. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Dad prefers to look, like in caves when you like see the caveman caves and you see the little pictures on the walls.
Yeah.
That's like Dad's kind of childhood film.
You guys collect anything?
I don't know if I can turn my camera around, but where I am, I have a collection of watches,
Oh God, here we go.
sunglasses, action figures, Starbucks cups. I collect so much.
£2 coins.
Oh, coins, yeah, trainers.
Oh wow.
You should do
a lot.
I always like to ask them to guess that because they're like, I know there's something they collect that are gonna be like, oh God, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm trying to get a collection. Like, I have a friend that comes in our chat, Marauder. He has a bunch of pops, like pop vinyls, the little things with the big heads, the big eyes.
I have a few of those too.
I have one of Zack Ryder that my friend got me for my birthday. I think you probably saw the picture. I met Zack Ryder before he was big, and Kurt Hawkins.
Oh yeah.
I met them both, and for my birthday this year, my friend got me his pop. I was so happy when he got me the pop. I was like, yes. So now if I ever meet him, I'm gonna have them sign the picture and have Zach sign the pop. And I may make a TikTok because you know the one, I'm just a kid in a nightmare. Have me do the same pose. Have them put Kurt Sen on one side. Have me wait.
Does Kiya collect anything? Or?
Eh, not really. I have a lot of teddies.
Cool.
I collect teddies.
That's a cool collection.
Not
You've got your own action figure near you, right?
yeah.
That was one of the
That's
ones that
up
he
in
just
my
asked
room.
if Kiya has an action figure. So
Yeah, so she's definitely got one, and I have some, but they're in the gym. My ones, so
Really? Someone made it for you, or they actually have them in the store?
they were made for me, yeah. And
They
then Kaya's
made them.
That's cool. On my
and Mirage
TikTok
is-
Mine's
sorry.
upstairs
Okay.
somewhere.
That's pretty cool that you guys people made you your own action figure. I joked with Geek. I said we need to get a dudes at ringside pop vinyl going, like just Joe the Panther and Metal Geek, or just get one that's us back.
my brother, who was my former tag team partner, made a pop for one of the guys before. He was, I believe, it was the fourth strongest man in the world in the disabled category, and he came to work on our shows a few times, and he made him his own pop by getting the blank ones and then using the clay to do everything with him. So
I would totally die to make one of myself. I would love to make one of Joe the Panther. Just have it like, because you never really see, you just see this part of me, my shirt, half my shirt. I always tell my friends I'd have the glasses only with my hat on and my shirt of my grandfather or a collared shirt, and below would be pajamas. Because you don't see my pants during the show, so it would just be like upper body would be like regular t-shirt, and below would just be pajamas and Crocs.
Mirage says he's getting out of the pop game because he has strict rules what he can allow himself to buy for pops. They take over everything too quickly.
They do. They
So
literally.
I have so many pop vinyls at home. It's not even funny right now. It's like, and I'm like, I want all these Walking Dead ones, but the thing is, I feel like there's far too many of them. I can't get any more. So then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop here, and that's it, because I have no more room in my apartment. So
What do I wrestle in? I wrestle in 2K19. And I do this fun stuff called podcasting. That's my legacy and my grandfather's third. I'm third generation because my grandfather, my uncle, my cousin. But my side is I like to talk and I love wrestling. So this is my legacy now on the microphone. Connecting the legacies. My side is I'm the broadcaster. These are my weapons. My voice. As Taz would say, these sound of my weapon is my submission hold is my mouth. Yeah. But yeah. Anything else? Any other questions for these awesome guests?
do you get what kind of I think I asked this before. What kind of matches do you guys enjoy? Like, what's your stipulations?
I'll let Kiya go first.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot.
Elimination Chamber. You guys like cage matches? Hell in a Cell.
You can go first. I can't think.
Okay. So for me, I think a stipulation needs to normally be the end or the beginning of the end of the story. So I like the stipulation to mean something. You have to work towards the stipulation. So as long as there's the payoff with the stipulation, then I enjoy it. If it's just thrown there for no reason, then where do you go? That's just my opinion.
Hmm. Good one.
Joe?
Okay. If you could bring back one wrestler from the past that passed away, who would it be and why?
Owen.
Hmm.
I just think he had so much more to offer. I think he was possibly the best of that generation. And I'd have loved to have seen where he could have gone.
Hmm. He was supposed to win the title off of, I think, Brett, but I think because he passed away tragically. That was the rumor going around that Owen was supposed to win the championship off Brett, and eventually he was supposed to win it. I think that's what I heard on YouTube, but I don't know how factual that was. But I don't know. Trying to think anything else. Once you get into it, you start talking and you forget some things, and you're like, "Can I ask you that?"
And then you look back to your notes and you see if you have anything. I think good.
Dutch, have you ever watched Ring of Honor before? I asked Kiya this.
I've seen a few bits. It's harder to get over here. Obviously, on the internet is quite easy, but to have time to sit and stream stuff isn't always the easiest. Obviously, during the lockdown, it was a lot easier. But with work and with children and with the wife working so often, it's a lot harder to be able to sit and watch full streams of anything.
Mm.
And as you've noticed with Kiya's internet, the internet here is never great.
Yeah.
We felt so bad, Kiya. That's why I was during the show. I try not to look at my phone, and I grabbed my phone. My phone was upside down, and I pick it up. I'm like, "Oh my god! Oh gosh, so sorry." I was hitting the code
I
again.
thought it was my internet. I actually thought it was my internet because my internet's usually the one that's usually crappy. But because last guest we had, there was actually a rainstorm. It was really bad, so the whole internet just went. So it actually powers up the stream. So
Yeah, I was just like, and he left, and I was sitting talking to a manager from America called from Boston, Massachusetts. His name is Chad Epic. He's a manager in Boston, Mass. He's a heel, and boy, he'll throw down with words. That boy can go. Like if you ever come to the States and need a manager, Chad Epic is your man. You don't even have to talk. He's the best talker. He's like the Bobby the Brain Heenan of the Indies.
I need that. So I think, which way are we looking? This way. She does too.
Yeah. Well, if you ever come to the States, look up. Well, you can look him up on Instagram. It's Chad Epic, the greatest manager, last greatest manager. He's good. He's good. He's good at what he does. And he dresses slick too. I could see Chad with a unicorn on the back of his jacket or a white jacket with I don't know. I think he would do it. He was dressed to the nines for our interview, so like I don't know if you
do you watch a lot of New Japan or
I try and catch I have one of my friends over there, so I try and catch whenever he's on. But again, it's quite difficult to stream much here, so it's normally trying to find just the cutaways to the highlights of stuff.
do you watch a lot of New Japan, Kiya, or
Like it's harder to find, so I not really. Like every now and again, like on YouTube or something, I'll find a match or two, and I'm like, oh, okay, decent. But apart from that, like, not really.
Is there any like are you in any rivalry with anybody at this moment?
There's been a big reset button with COVID, so I don't know what we're going back to with alignments, with rivalries. I know Kiya currently holds a title belt, so there are people who are going to be gunning for that. I currently hold our Anarchy title, which is like the 24-hour hardcore title belt. So I know there'll be people coming for that, but I don't have a clue.
Well, I was about to say, this is the part of the show that Geek and I always tell the wrestler, if there's any rivalry you're in, either you guys could call out any wrestler from in your group or your promotion that you want to shout out and say, hey, I'm coming for you. Do it. Go for it.
JOC, stop messaging me.
There you go. Your
Well,
turn,
He
Doc.
said he's going
she's got JOC.
to
I'm looking
knock me
this
out
way.
or something.
So JOC with her, they've had this bit of a thing where there's been a few losses and wins either side, and then she's got the Reese and Rogan tag team who are gunning for them title belts. So I know she's got more in the pipeline than I do.
I know. Do you guys have the belts on you, or?
Mine's in my kit bag, which is at the gym.
Yeah.
You don't?
No, unfortunately, it's in the gym in my kit bag.
Kiara had her belt like right behind her. Like it was so cool how she had the belt. She had on like one of those stands you see, like they had put like it was like I had a table behind her and she had like the wooden things you put the belt on, and I was just like
it was like she was showing it off basically in the background. She's like, this is it.
Like you were just sitting on the camera like that. It was just sitting like behind her on a wood holder thing. I was just like, wow. that's cool.
Does
like,
George have
hopefully, if we can do it while we're together, I'll make sure we have any belts that we have at that time if we have them.
Fingers crossed, you guys are still champion.
Yeah. But does George have a title belt, or is he gunning for one?
George, mate, do you have a title belt? Yeah, coming for you, big man, Dutch, big man. Could knock you out, bro.
Oh God, that'd be hilarious. The next show,
beat you.
Guys have George hits you in the back. She hits you in the back of the head, and then she puts George on top of you, and then George wins the 24/7 title.
Well, if it's done right and it works,
I think George would look great with one.
That would be hilarious if you do that. Make a video and send it to dudes that we will post that immediately. we will push that on our American fans so hard. Or just won a title.
If you guys went to WWE, I swear that would be the most over thing right there, George. I guarantee 30,000 people will be cheering. We want George.
That's like the Al Snow. Hey,
yeah.
George.
I mean, we've had worse over at Fight Factory Wrestling. I mean, Jeff the ref was over. He went viral on a video twice, I believe. So a couple of million views on that guy. I think I think George can get more over.
There's a referee that works in Ring of Honor. He's a little chubby guy. And
I know where you're going with this. Oh my
God, they make fun of him so bad. And they're like Twinkie, the whole match. Like, and
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Todd Sinclair, are you? Or
not off the top of my head.
No. So I feel so bad for him because the crowd keeps every time they see him, they always say, "We want Twinkies." They start chanting because I'm like, guys, come on, really? It's not nice,
We did a watch party, Geek and I, and he was the referee. And I was like, man, this guy is slow. Oh, so bad. Like, Geek's the heel on the show. And I'm like, this guy is so slow. Man, can't even count to 3. He's catching his breath. What in the world?
Yeah, it's not ideal if the referee can ruin the match.
Yeah, it slows the match down. The guys are trying to do their thing, and you're like, bloop, doo 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 doo. Okay, here we go. Another food question. What is your ideal topping on your pizza?
Pineapple.
Definitely not pineapple.
I heard that.
Pineapple.
No. I like the meats, all the meats.
So
Meat.
meat pizza. That's good. Mine is
Pasta's the king right there, Joe.
he's the pots dang it pasta guy. I
So,
go for a nice pepperoni pizza, well done. As we in what my house calls it, Brooklyn style. We get our pizza nice and crispy, Brooklyn style. Nice old school pepperoni pizza. Oh,
Yep.
Mhm.
I can deal with that too.
you know. I could do the meat, but it's too drippy. Like all the meats are all dripping, but it's good. But you have to eat it the right way. Twist
Yep.
it up and push to make sure that if near pizza, if the pizza flops and everything falls off, it's not the right pizza. You
So
have
when
to
you get
make
lava on the face, right?
get all you just pick it out right in your mouth. If it falls down, then I didn't make it right. That's our rule in us. I live in parts I own Pennsylvania, so I don't live in New York anymore. But when I lived in New York, if the pizza falls down, it's not made right.
I got a good one. Who do you see as a future star right now? In like in between AEW WWE? It's a good
Kip
question.
Sabian, AEW.
Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
A lot of people have told me Darby. I don't know why. I finally got a different answer from somebody. You know.
I mean, I think Darby's already on his way up. I just don't think we've seen enough of Kip in AEW.
Nah, right?
So I'd love for him to really make a big name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who do you think?
Me or
No.
your turn, Kai.
I like Kip. I think like he definitely could do something like I couldn't think of the word then. But yeah, I feel like he's definitely got something that should be put out there more.
Okay, here we go. If you had a barbecue, what would you like to have on? I know you said steaks, but like either hot dogs, hamburgers. What would you have the most? I know, Kyle, you're a vegetarian, so you probably get veggie burgers on the side, your side of the grill. But what would you be like if you had a barbecue? What would be go-to thing to put on the grill?
I like it. Steak again. Good T-bone steak. Or my wife makes the best chili burgers.
Ooh, chili burgers. That sounds good. Oh yeah, I could go for that.
She keeps me fed.
Yeah, keeps you nice and fed. That sounds great. I told my mom about that one. My mom, she where I live in Pennsylvania. My mom, she entered a chili contest. She's won the chili contest 3 years in a row. She hasn't entered it because COVID, but she won 3 years in a row. So she's a three-time chili champion. So I would have to ask my mom, can you make a chili burger? Kaya's dad, yeah. Advice. If it comes, I'll let you know how it was on a burger. My mom's chili's really good, so I can't send it to. I don't know if it would make it. It'd be bad.
I think they stopped meat at customs now.
Yeah, they'd be coming to parts unknown Pennsylvania arresting me for sending meat in a box.
Contraband meat.
Get him! No, trying to send food.
Who I know you responded to who's your favorite from the past, but who's your favorite currently right now?
Is that for
Yeah,
Kaya?
anybody. You could start with Dutch this time.
Currently, I like the Miz in WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think just his ability to get under people's skin, I think is it's not done as well by many people. So I kind of am drawn to him quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
I think underused wise would be someone like Dolph Ziggler.
Uh-huh.
I really like how he can again tell a story,
Mhm.
but I just don't think he's used as well as he could be. And I like Natalia.
Uh-huh. I always loved Natalia. Natalia was great. She's from the legendary Hart family, and I feel like they really. I don't want to say this, but I feel like she was in the wrong place, the wrong time period. If they would have used her now, I think she would have been where Charlotte is.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree? Because
I completely agree.
do you agree?
I think the same thing because like I know Charlotte, she's part of like Flair's daughter, but like they use her too much. It's like, okay, this girl's champion doing well. Let's toss Charlotte Flair in there and give her a chance. The girls had a title shot like like 15 times in a row, and she's won the title. And they had Asuka like build up at this big monster to be like undefeated, and then they have Charlotte Flair come in and beat her. Right? What? Like poor Asuka. That's horrible. Like, what is your opinion on that with Asuka? What they did to Asuka? Either you or Kaya. Kaya.
So, I don't really watch much.
Oh, your Wi-Fi is going again. Yeah, okay.
I think
Yeah.
they have a bad habit of building somebody up and not following through with the promise. Another one who I quite like at the minute is Strowman, and I'm glad that they've kind of picked up his momentum again. But he was another one on the verge of maybe they could have dropped the ball with him. And I think with the women's product in the WWE, it's kind of virtue signaled that they're making effort to bring in equality for the women. I just don't think they do. I think they drop the ball too often with the women.
Yeah, like the Miz, he does bring a lot to the business in the ring, but like sometimes his character he brings it up to a level that it's just like, ugh, here's the Miz again with his gimmick, the way he acts as arrogant, but he does bring a sense of like a certain part to what he does. Okay, Charlotte Flair is the best in the business. Yeah, I don't know. I can watch old school Flair matches when he faced like Ricky Steamboat or when he faced Dusty Rhodes and the matches like that, like or against Rick versus Sting. That's a match that you definitely have to watch, Kaya. Like your dad has to show you those old matches, like Ric Flair versus Sting when the match ended in a draw. Like, oh my god, those are like matches that you have to show your children that are that want to go into the business. Matches like that make you want like love the business even more. That's why I love old school wrestling, certified old school. Like pretty much that made me love wrestling so much more. Like that's why I love wrestling, old school wrestling is because matches from the past you can't recreate you can't like do matches like with Flair and Sting at like Starcade. Nowadays, with there's good wrestlers all over in every promotion, but it's hard to say, oh, this match is the best match of all time. We've had good matches in the past that are like so legendary that it's hard to say, oh, this match is good. that's on the present day. But they had so much better matches in the past. You know what I mean?
True. I do try and tell her this.
Yes. You gotta definitely show her and George some like Ric Flair and Sting matches that are like so like.
I think the difference is they had to work for the gratification then, and now it's that everyone's after instant gratification. Oh, Dad, you're so old.
Like that's
There you are.
yeah. Well, Kiya, if you have to go, we totally understand.
Thank you. If it is getting
Yeah,
late,
I'm just-
I mean, for us it's only 8 o'clock, but I can only imagine what time it is in the UK.
Yeah, we don't want to hold you up and have
Hold
you
you
stay.
guys up if it's late.
If you both have to go, it's okay. We understand.
If not, we could keep going.
They keep going.
It's
Like,
up to you guys.
but if you have to go, Kiya, that's completely fine. We're happy that you came on, and we're so honored to have both of you here right now.
Thank
It's
you.
so
Yeah.
cool. It's so cool to have a family, like family of wrestlers coming on Dudes at Ringside. Like, we can't even tell you how much of an honor. And it's also both of you guys are introducing yourselves to the American audience to get used to your daughter and you. So like is there anything that you have, Dutch, that you want the fans to know about? Like if you have merch or anything?
We do have merch, but I'm not sure if it's available posted out to the States. It's gone out to a third party company who print it and ship it. So I'm not sure on where they ship to, but most of the time that's available on my Instagram link. I believe I have one of these things that Kiya showed me how to use where it's got all your little links in it.
Yep.
If I could show it, hold on.
We have one of those too on our Instagram. And Geek made that. I was like, yes, I don't have to just show just one link and then tell people I don't. There we go, people. That's Kiya's
That's
merchandise.
to my merch.
If you guys want to buy a Kiya t-shirt, that's where you go get it. Get her all her merch and all her fun t-shirts. We promise when she comes back in August, there will be a George Gang t-shirt. We know it's
We hope there's a George Gang t-shirt
it's coming.
or George Club.
George, well, Bullet Club, George Club with
We need the George Club shirts right there.
Oh, that would be even cooler, Kiya. Have like an outline of like almost like how the Bullet Club has a skull. She had like the outline of like a unicorn.
The unicorn. Yeah.
The unicorn head. Outline of
You guys would sell so many right there.
nose.
The George Club.
George face, like it's like that, like how you like you're holding George, and had like the unicorn head, or the sideways unicorn head, and it's like they have his ear or forward unicorn face, circle with nose with the horn.
Either George Club or Unicorn Club, whatever works for you guys. You know.
It's coming, fans. I swear. See, Ryder's already ordering his T-shirts. He's gonna buy 50,000. He's gonna buy 50,000 T-shirts of George Club. I'm sitting on the house on every chair.
All right.
It's all right.
I was saying, if you guys have to go, that's cool too. But if not, then we could keep talking.
I probably should because I have to be up early. I have the children who will wake me up.
All right, but thank you so much to the two of you for coming on. You know,
guys, it's an honor.
And we'll see you. We'll see you again later on in the year. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
All right. So have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Okay. Wow, that was so cool.
Wow, those guests were awesome, Joe.
They were cool.
You know?
I'm glad we got them when we got them.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to come back. What's the other date? It's in August. They're coming back.
Yeah.
Or,
I gotta look at the calendar. At least we got them when we got them. You know what I mean, Geek?
uh-huh.
Where is it? No, that's Kiara. Oh no. I gotta look for it. Where'd it go? I can't remember where it is on Stat Drop. Oh, it's July 22nd, part
Yeah.
2. July 22nd.
July 22nd. They'll be back.
7
fans,
p.m.
so
They'll be back 7 p.m. guys, same time as
Same-
today.
same
And this
time.
is
So,
with her dad too. So
well,
Geek, do you want to keep going or do you want to end?
we can end. We're going almost 2 hours, so you know.
All right. So Geeks, say goodbyes.
All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, spending time with us on Memorial Day. I know. Thanks for everyone in the UK who's been staying up extra late for us. You know, you guys have been awesome. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, because I swear, I didn't think we would get that much people today because of Memorial Day. It's being late in the UK. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out. And remember, you guys could always, you don't have to, you can always donate to us at http streamlabs.com/dudes at ringside. You don't have to, but remember, merch is coming soon. So
Yes, or we're working on that very soon. And I'll say my goodbyes. Thank you to Kiya and her dad helping us out because Kiya had internet trouble. And as I say all the time when I close, thank you to my grandfather, Jose Quinones the Panther. Thank you to my cousin, Pete Santes, Pistol Pete. And thank you to my uncle's godfather, Frank Martinez, the Blue Demon, for lighting the way for Latino wrestlers. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Kiya. Thanks, Dutch.